Hi, my name's Leona from Super Conscious. Hi, my name's Leona from Supra Conscious Soul, and this is your Gemini October love reading. This is for singles and couples, but obviously, if you're in a relationship and everything's working out good, this ain't your reading, because I'm only dealing with asking for like the strongest messages. How tarot works, we tap into the collective consciousness. If I do a personal reading, then I connect one-to-one with you. But in these readings, it's about the consciousness. It cannot resonate with everybody. It can't. So I would have to do an hour and a half reading and be going through millions of scenarios for the same 4 cards. And it would be exhausting, and you wouldn't actually get to the message. So what this is talking about this month for you guys. So I've gone from your partner's perspective, or from a new relationship perhaps. So if you're single, so we have the King of Wands and the Two of Wands. This could be a fire sign in your life, Gemini, or it could be that somebody's kind of wanting their cake and eating it. It also could be that somebody could be like weighing up the pros and the cons of a relationship. It could also be that as a single person, you could be asking yourself, because we have the Six of Swords and the Devil here. So with these cards, you could be asking yourself, who am I? Is this what I want? Is this the relationship I want? It's a questioning of relationships. It's like somebody who's been through a load of painful relationships, and now they're asking themselves, is this what I really want? Is this person what I really want? It's like a weighing up of pros and cons. It's like you're deciding, who am I and what do I want? Is this going to take me to a clearer way of thinking, or to calmer waters? It's like this need to not want to be, it's like you don't want to, you're coming away. It's like you're going through a healing period. You're coming away from the things that you was tied to before, from the relationships that kind of had you feeling like you was a little bit controlled or a little bit manipulated by them. Or it could also be this need to kind of, from their point of view, they could be weighing up whether there's enough in this relationship. They could be deciding, well, we have a good friendship, we have a good sex life. Because with these cards, yeah, you would have a great sex life and you would have a good friendship. But you could be asking yourself, but do we share the same goals? Do we share the same life purpose? Do we share the same outlook? Are we compatible? It's like it's almost like you're two kind of independent energies, and you're working out whether you can fuse together, whether you can work together, whether there's a future, whether you can see this being part of your future. But it's needing to come away from a sense of, it's coming away from relationships that were incompatible. Relationships, that's where your headspace is coming from, or their headspace is coming from. So underneath that, they have released the X. The time has come to clear the energy. So this is what you could be feeling. You could be feeling, either you need to, because this can work both ways because it's a general. So you could be feeling like you're healing and you're needing to release your ex, or they could be going through this process and you're feeling it. And that's why they're going through this weighing up, or they could be weighing up if the similarities between you and the ex, or you could be weighing up if you're seeing similarities between you both in the relationship, and maybe like it could trigger some things, and you're like, no, but I want a really peaceful life. I want to move to calmer waters. Mentally, I don't want to be in that headspace. So you could be moving away from a healing of past relationships, healing incompatible relationships, healing that kind of stuff. So in terms of What are they trying to tell you with their actions? Okay. So we got the Four of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Sometimes this can be about ignoring your friends. Your friends are trying to tell you something and you're like, no, I'm not having it. Ignoring what they're trying to tell you, or feeling like this is also like with the trust. It could be feeling like you're not trusting this and it's causing you a lot of pressure as well. Or it could be that this is causing you to block yourself off emotionally. You're like, no, that cup could be too similar to a past relationship. Or it could be, no, I'm worrying that this will lead to this. Or they could be feeling like this will lead to this. Or it's almost like you want to stay here. You want to stay in the present. And there's this, either you're healing it or there's this fear or mistrust. So then we have the Emperor and the Ace of Swords. Now these cards together can talk about cutting ourselves off emotionally. It could be that you're on the outside, you've got it together, but internally you're like unemotional, or somebody not having that emotional side. Or but then you could be feeling like this is all too much, this is all too overwhelming, but really you are the Emperor and the Ace of Swords, and sometimes all this needs is a conversation. Especially with the Ace of Swords, this could be about speaking your truth and standing in your power with the Emperor. This could be about you needing to kind of just clear the air a little, say something. It could also be about somebody that's quite dominating, that has a really sharp tongue as well. This could be you or the other person, and it could be that there's a sense of distrust. So you feel like the Ten of Swords, and then it makes you or them become this Emperor that has this kind of harsh tongue, or a little bit too honest, or a little bit too cold, or a little bit too double-edged. It's like there's truth and there's honesty, but also there's this ouch. Yeah, so it could be that, or I don't know, you could feel just a little bit overwhelmed. So in terms of how you make them feel, or how they make you feel, we have let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So you could be the one with the control issues and need to allow this to unfold naturally. Or you could be the one that needs to release your ex, and they need to release control issues of you, because you're going through this healing that you need. So how this might affect you. So we have the Five of Wands and the Two of Swords. Now this could be like there's an obstacle in a choice. It's almost like I'm getting from somebody that it's like you're feeling like, well, if it's them or me, then pick them because you don't love me. Or if you have to make a choice about whether you love me or not, then I'll take that choice away from you, because if that's an obstacle. It could be, yeah, it could be like as well. We've got the Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands. So this could be you tapping into your power, tapping into your creativity, tapping into your fire energy. It's like you're standing in your power. You're like, there's an obstacle, there's a decision that needs to be made. And I feel like it could almost be that once you get past that decision, then things can go really well for you guys, and then you're back on track again. But there's a feeling like somebody needs to make a decision. It could be about travel, it could be about love, it could even be about that ex, or about... It just feels like there's competition within the relationship. There's competition, and somebody's deciding, well, I'm not part of that competition. I'm going to go and stand in my power and kind of do my thing. See you later. And if you can't deal with that, then that's your problem, because she's a very independent energy. She says it how it is, and she does what she's saying, and she taps into like her creativity. But then you've got the victory card. So it is about a need to make a decision, a need to it could almost be as well somebody that's fighting to be heard in the relationship, or somebody feeling like they're battling and they don't get to make decisions. Okay. So in terms of the benefits towards you guys in this relationship, so we have the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit. Now this can be somebody refusing to see a situation, somebody feeling like they've been left out in the cold in a situation. Because we do have the Queen of Swords and the Star as well. Now this can be somebody just following their intuition. This could be somebody doing things their own way. This could be somebody standing in their power. This could also be somebody who would cut off people who are getting in the way of a relationship, or trying to stand in the way. It's like she's following her higher power. She's guided. This is also about a sense of healing. And the Queen of Swords is about boundaries and setting clear boundaries and knowing that like you're healing. The Hermit can also be looking into the past in order to fix the future. And it's like with the Five of Coins, it could be that like they're not accepting somebody's help, refusing to accept somebody's help, doing it their own way. Yeah. Or feeling like they're out in the cold with this person. Or this person could be telling you, look, I'll stand there beside you no matter what. But there is a sense of healing and a sense of wanting to stand in your own power. The Queen of Swords could also be about pushing somebody away, because she could be quite a nag, or she can be a little bit of a bitch. Yeah, so she could be about pushing somebody away and making them feel like the Hermit. Or they could be making you feel like the Hermit, or pushing you away with, you could feel like, or they could feel like you're healing and you're pushing them away and you're being a little bit defensive. So in terms of what you can do in order to help the relationship or help it, we've got the Hierophant. This is about doing things the way others expect. It can also be about a commitment or a divorce as well. It could also be about higher institutions. And then we've got the Hangman, who's about having a gut feeling. And then we've got the Four of Wands. So in terms of what you can do, I feel like it's asking you guys to look at what commitment is for you in a different way, perhaps. Look at how you view commitment. Maybe if you're in a relationship, then on a Friday you and your partner have a no pants day. Now that might not be everybody else's liking, but that works for you and your relationship. This could be about finding out what works for you both in terms of the relationship, and not necessarily worrying about other people's opinions and what they think. It's about seeing relationships and commitment possibly from a different perspective. I mean, you could have a relationship where you see each other once a week, and that's as much as you can take each other without arguing, and that's okay too. Who's to judge? So yeah, I just think it's about healing how you guys are looking at relationships, and about looking at the past in order to fix relationships. Because in the past you may have felt like you was left out in the cold. You may have felt like someone done the dirty on you and properly, and that gave you trust issues. But what these cards are saying is just if the modern type of commitment is too much for you, do it in your way. Do what suits you. I hope this has helped. Take care. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.